We're about to join the action in what is sure to be an interesting practice session here in Melbourne. It's not long until we get the session underway and we'll have some cars appearing out on the track. The teams will be visiting tracks across 5 continents as they battle it out for both the Drivers' and the Constructors' Championships. What race on the calendar do you think the teams will have a special eye on this year?
Well, I think the teams will be looking forward to the Mexican Grand Prix, which is being held back at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City. It was last run way back in 1992.
This year sees Honda return to the sport, reforming one of the greatest partnerships in F1 history with McLaren. Do you think they can rekindle the success they had during the 80s and the 90s?
It won't be easy, but yes, I think so. It's been a tough few years for McLaren with the loss of Hamilton, Mercedes withdrawing as a shareholder and major investor in the team, and losing technical director Paddy Lowe. This could mark the start of their return to prominence.
Hey there guys, JWF1 here and welcome to F1 2015 on the PS4. Yes, it's finally arrived. We are out the dirt of F1 2014 and we are here to start my championship mode. As you can tell, we are in the Williams. Specifically, we are Felipe Massa. And honestly guys, I cannot wait to get my hands on this game. I will be doing a full review of this game coming soon, so do look out for that. But we are here and honestly cannot wait. So we're putting the setup on. I've already loaded up a setup because I did a previous record of this, but I kept on getting black screen, so I sorted it out. But now we're on a lap here in practice, and as you can see, this is my first lap of practice, and I get held up heavily by Pastor Maldonado, which is really annoying because I honestly felt the car felt good, and I honestly felt, I had something in the bag with that lap. But here we go, coming to the end of that lap actually. We've actually passed Pastor Maldonado. So we're coming down the straight, and what's the time going to be? It is a 1 minute 28.867 at the moment. So if you want to keep up to date with this series, then please subscribe to my channel and you will be keeping up to date. As we're on our second lap, because I felt that I could do a better lap because of Pastor Maldonado, and we're going to cross the line this time to do a 1 minute 27.966, puts us at the top, but I don't think we're going to stay there for long. And no, we managed to finish in 5th position in practice. So that is the practice session here of my championship mode. We're going to start off with a normal championship mode, and then we're going to do the series that I've got planned. So without further ado, let's go to qualifying.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. We'll soon learn the true performance of these cars out on track. What can we expect to see in the following session?
Well, I think we're all expecting the Mercedes power unit to be particularly strong this year, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them at the front. But I wouldn't discount Red Bull or Ferrari just yet. We know they have the talent and the resources to react to any problem, so although they may be playing catch-up, I would expect them to bring some major upgrades pretty early, maybe before we even get back to Europe.
So here we are in qualifying then, and so we're getting ready for the qualifying session. We're on the option tyres this time. I just put on my my setup again here, just load it up in custom setup and then just load it up as by usual. New system on how you put settings on. You now have to access it through an iPad, which you have to press on your triangle button. So we're on our first lap here in qualifying, and it's actually going pretty well this lap is. So we're coming around the second to last corner now. Get a little bit of twitch of oversteer, but that shouldn't cost me too much time. Flat out for the last corner, and we go down the straight, flicking on the DRS, and what's the time going to be? It's going to be a 1:27.483, which puts us fastest at the moment. But then I feel like with 4 minutes to go, I'm currently down in 4th. I feel that I can do better. I'm aiming to go into 3rd position at the moment. I want to get into the top 3. Now with Rosberg in front of me, that's going to be a bit of a hard job, but I believe I can do it. So here we are. We're going to go on to a full lap here of my last qualifying lap. So going through now into turn number 5, flat out, and keeping the speed up. We're in 7th gear. And then braking, we just got into 8th there, and we're just braking down to 4th, and we were actually, I think that was 900s quicker than our best, so that's pretty good so far. Now into the right and left corners, which is not part of the street at all. The actual street is where that little bit of road is. Now down through this long left-hander, and now going through into this tricky chicane, left and then right, keeping it flat out through that right-hander. We're actually going 3 tenths faster than our personal best. We've got 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Now down into the first of those 2 right-handers, the fourth to last corner, missing the apex there, but I've got to try and gather it up in the rest of the lap. Through the second one, a little bit of dirt there, but that shouldn't cost me too much time. Now through the second to last corner, and now through the last corner, and I'm starting to get a little bit of understeer, so I'm having to lift a little bit, flicking on the DRS. Is this going to be quicker than my time? Is it going to get me up to P3? Yes, it is. I'm up to third, a 1:27.248, and that is enough to put me in third position for the race. So we've got Lewis Hamilton on pole. We're ahead of Nico Rosberg. So that is qualifying. Now we'll cut on to the race.
Here in Melbourne, Australia. The cars are on the grid and they should be setting off shortly for the formation lap. It's a great position for Lewis Hamilton to start the season from, and one that he'll be hoping he can capitalise on and turn into a race win today.
Well, we all know that Lewis has raw speed, and if you give him a fast car, he'll win races. So if he can stay out front by the end of the first few corners, I'm sure he's going to be very difficult to beat.
It was a disappointing day for Fernando Alonso yesterday. He's starting further down the grid than he would have liked, but he'll still be hoping for a strong result today.
Well, Fernando is a great starter, and he'll be looking to make up a few places on that first lap to try and get himself back into a position that he's more familiar with.
So here we are then, here at Australia, for here at Albert Park, Melbourne. It's a 29 lap race. We're going to be doing a 2-stop strategy. We're going to start on the options, then our first stop we're going to switch to another set of options, and then on our second stop we're going to go to the primes. So while I've got this opportunity, guys, I just want to say that IF1C Season 1 videos will not stop. They are still going to continue. It's just that OTG is just having a little bit of issues processing the clips, the POVs of his to me. So they will come out eventually, guys. You just have to be a little bit patient. But in the meantime, we are ready to get going. So, in the meantime, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are off here for the first episode of Championship Mode. And it's a good start for us. We are side by side with Kimi Räikkönen. Can we get him into the first corner? He's breaking late on us, so we're going to go around the outside and we're taking second place. Fantastic start from us. That's exactly the start that we wanted. Great start from us. Hamilton is in front of us. I feel that he's going to pull away though, because he is in a Mercedes. So I feel that there's not much we can do. So our main focus is probably keeping on this second place from the guys behind us, such as Räikkönen, Rosberg, and probably Vettel and my teammate as well. So now coming through the right-hander, we've missed the apex. Hamilton's 1.3 seconds in front of us. This is going to give Kimi the opportunity to try and pass. He's tucked up behind. Is he going to get the position? Tucked up behind us? No, he thinks better of it. So he's going to tuck in behind for now. We've got a little bit of wheel spin. Raikkonen's behind us through the left-hander. And is Raikkonen going to get us? No. Again, he thinks better of it. 2.2 seconds Hamilton is in front of us, so he's jolted in front. So our main focus is the guys behind us of Räikkönen and Rosberg at the moment. So we're going to cut to the end of lap 3. Our defence is going good, but this is a lap that DRS is enabled, so we've really got to defend really hard now. Räikkönen should surely have DRS. He is clearly coming up to our mirrors quite quickly. He's going to look to the inside. Is he going to get second place? He's going to hang it around the outside, and we keep all the second place for now. So we've got Räikkönen into the clutches of Rosberg at the moment, so we've got a bit of a gap in front of us because it looks like he's not close enough in this second DRS straight. So we are doing well so far to keep hold of the second place here on lap 4 29. So now we're going to cut to the end of lap 4, and now there's 3 cars, probably 4 I think, with DRS opportunities. Räikkönen's going to have DRS on me again, so we're going to start lap 5. Räikkönen's going to look to the inside. Going into turn 1, he's taking second place for me for a moment, so I'm going to try and brake later, but I've missed the apex. I've gone off, and Räikkönen, yes, Räikkönen has taken second place. I'm struggling to get the power down, and now Rosberg has taken third place off me, and now Vettel's going to get 4th. But now I'm going to try and brake later than Vettel. I'm going to hang it around the outside, and can I get 4th place back off Vettel? Can I? Yes, I can. So I've kept hold of 4th place for now, but it's going to be hard to hold them back, and I think it's going to be hard to get 3rd and 2nd back I think Rosberg and Raikkonen are in a battle of their own for second place. So now we're going to cut to the end of lap 5. Vettel and Bottas should have DRS on me. So coming down the straight, I want to keep on this 4th position. Vettel's closing. He's going to look to the outside, down the inside. I think I've misjudged my braking, and I have. And surely, yes, Vettel is up to 4th position. And now Bottas, my own teammate, wants to have a go at me. Tucking up behind. He's going to look to the inside into turn 3. He's braking later of me. So now I'm going to try and hang it on the outside like I did with Vettel. And I have kept 5th place for now. But like Vettel, it's going to be hard to keep hold of that 5th position. I'm trying to keep in touch with Vettel, but as we come to the end of the sector, he's 7 tenths in front, so he's beginning to pull away. So it's going to be hard to keep up with him. That Ferrari is definitely better than what it was in 2014. Even though I've got a Mercedes engine, which should be quicker, the Ferrari have definitely improved that engine to be in to keep up with Mercedes and probably in the same pace as Mercedes. So now Bottas is on the back of me. I think I'm worried about him more. He's looking to the outside. It'll be a brave move if he pulls this one off. I'm going to keep to the inside, and I keep hold of 5th position at the moment. So I've got a bit of a comfortable gap now, but I'm sure Bottas is going to close that up pretty soon, later laps. And sure enough, later on in the lap, coming towards the end of the lap, I should say, Bottas is tucked up behind. He's going to get DRS. I've got a little bit of understeer, so I had to lift a little bit. He's tucked up behind. Is Bottas going to get me? He's got DRS. He's going to look to the outside. He's ahead of me at this point, so I'm going to try and brake later than him. And yes, I keep hold of 5th position for now, but is Bottas going to get me down in the second DRS straight? Down the DRS straight, he's not having a look so far, and I think he's too far back to challenge, so we keep hold of 5th position for now. So now we're going to cut to the middle of lap 7 later on in the lap, and we've missed the apex, and I've gone off. Surely this is going to give Bottas the opportunity to pass me. He's going to have a look, and he's tucked up behind me, but he hasn't had a go yet. He hasn't had a look. Vettel is 4.8 seconds in front. He's jolted off. I've gone wide. I'm losing the back end. This could give Bottas a better opportunity to get me. But once again, he's thinking better of it, or is he? Because he's looking to the inside. I'm trying to hang it around the outside, and I keep hold of 5th position. This is a great battle that I'm having with my teammates so far. Through this corner, I've just missed the apex, and sure enough, I'm off. I'm losing the back end everywhere. And Bottas is looking around the outside. We're still side by side going through the second last corner. It's still side by side going through the final corner. And sure enough, Bottas has passed me for 5th position. And he has DRS as a bonus as well. So that is disaster. We have losing positions left, right and centre. We have gone from 2nd to 6th in a span of 4 laps. This is not good. This is not good for us. And so now we're going to cut to later on in the lap. And I decided to change my bias to front, but that's not, if you see now, it's still not working because I'm still getting understeer. My tyres are clearly gone at this point, but I've got to stretch to lap 9, and Kvyat and Sainz are tucked up right up behind me, as you can see. Coming through the second to last corner, they should surely have DRS on me, so I've got to stretch these to lap 9. The next lap is my pit stop, so I should be free of these tyres. So now, coming down the straight now, Kvyat, he's tucked up behind. He's going to go to the inside. He has the DRS. I decide to increase my downforce for my next stop. He's on the inside, so I hang it around the outside and keep hold of the 6th place for now, falling Kvyat into the clutches of Sainz. Sainz will want to have a look at him in a bit, and they're not close enough in the second DRS straight. But now, later on in the lap, Kvyat having a look around the outside at the same place Bottas had a look earlier on. So I'm going to try and do the same thing that I did to keep to the outside, and sure enough, I keep the position. But only this time, though, Kvyat has gone wide, and Sainz has passed him. Sainz has taken advantage of this, and now Sainz wants to have a go at me for this 6th position. So now we're going to come into the 4th to last corner. I'm still struggling to get the car turned in, and Sainz thinks better of it. He's going to stay behind. Now through this last corner, I'm holding him up, an absolute treat at the moment. Just checking my strategy. But now I've gone wide. I've gone wide. Surely they passed me. Yes, Sainz and Kvyat passes me. Sainz ducks into the pits. I duck into the pits. And Kvyat has stayed out. So this is going to be interesting on who's going to get a better pit stop here. I'm just relying on mechanics at this point to get a good enough stop, so then I could try, not leapfrogging, but overtake them on track. So I've increased the downforce, and the pit stop is a 3.9 second stop. And Verstappen actually queued behind Sainz there. I've only just noticed that, so that's kind of weird. So how long is it going to be that we're in the pit lane? And it is a 21.6 second time that we are in the pits for. So now we're going to rejoin in 13th, I believe, as we come through the first corner. No, 14th, because Maldonado has just got out in front of us. So now we've got to dispose of him if we want to pass Sainz again. And so now we're going to cut later on into the lap, and we are tucked up behind Maldonado. We've got a better exit than him. We're side by side with Maldonado. A little bit of contact, a little bit naughty of me, but we're up into 13th, and now we're on the back of Sainz. In fact, I feel like having to go down at this corner. Look at these Sainz, knew that I was coming, and I am up into 12th position. Fantastic. This is a fantastic combat, and this stint is definitely paying off. And now our next target is Will Stevens, who shouldn't be a big problem because he is in a manner. He should be easy to overtake, and sure enough, I get a better exit and I'm up into 11th place. So that's 3 positions that I've gained in a span of 1 lap. This is a brilliant stint at the moment, and I'm absolutely feeling that the tyres are getting close to me. And my next target is Nico Hulkenberg, and I feel that at this point I want to try and catch him up and overtake him, because I do not want to lose any time whatsoever, because I want to gain those positions back that I lost in the previous stint that I was struggling on. So now coming to the end of lap 10, there are people pitting. That's Kvyat, who's just coming out of the pit, so we could get him here. There's Kvyat. Are we going to get 10th off him? And we have. We are back ahead of Kvyat, a fantastic outlap, and we are back up to 10th ahead of Kvyat, and Kvyat at the same time has leapfrogged Sainz. So that was a great outlap and a great stop from my mechanics indeed to get me out there. So now we're going to cut to the end of lap 11. There's someone else in the pits, that's Felipe Massa, and we are up into 9th place. Our next target is Nico Hulkenberg, who is 3.3 seconds in front of us. This is important. I want to get past him. I want to get onto the back of him, so I do not lose any time whatsoever, because I want to gain this position back, like I said. So now, cutting on to lap 13, we are on the back of Nico Hulkenberg, and we are tucked up right up behind him. And can we get him? We could get him in this corner. Sparks coming out of the Force India. We're going to the inside. We're going to the same place where we take Sainz. Have we got Hulkenberg? And yes, we squeeze him, and we're up into 8th position. Fantastic move. A fantastic comeback that we're making so far. Our next target is Romain Grosjean, and we're going to cut to the end of lap 13. There are more people pitting at the moment. And who's that in the pits? That is Ricardo. So we should be up to 7th position, surely. Yes, we are. So what is the gap between me and Grosjean? It is 4 seconds, which is fantastic at the moment. This is exactly what we need, because we are closing up to the back of Grosjean. We want to get past him because we do not want to lose time whatsoever. And sure enough, at the end of lap 14, we have caught up to him, but he has ducked into the pits. So we are going to move up into 6th position. And at this point, I've actually got it into lean fuel mix at this point, because my engineer told me that my tyres were going off. So I thought at the same time, while I'm conserving the tyres, to save fuel at the same time, because I want to get to the end of the race on this set of fuel. I do not want to lose fuel at the end. So now we're going to cut to lap 16. And there was a dot on that minimap. It was Bottas. Bottas is out of the race. So we are up into 5th position. What has happened to our teammate Valtteri Bottas? Whatever has happened, we have moved up to 5th. Here we go. Here's a replay from Bottas' view. It's a good job now that the replay's enabled us to see the other drivers on track. So what happened to him? He had an engine failure. A bit of a glitch there. But my team engineer did tell me that my teammate had retired from an engine failure. So that moves me up to 5th. That's good for me, but not good for the team, of course, because we have lost valuable points in the constructors. So now it's down to me to get the points for Williams. So now we're going to, on lap 18, we're going to pit for the prime tyres. This is our second stop. It's a 2.2 second stop. The pit stops are definitely quicker than the last game, I can tell you that. So now, how long are we going to be in the pit lane for? 19.9 seconds. So now we're going to rejoin in 10th, and there goes a glitch where it somehow, for some reason, drops into 2nd gear as I'm exiting the pits, which is unfortunate, but we have rejoined in 10th behind Hulkenberg again. So I feel like at this point, I need to overtake him again, because again, I do not want to lose any time whatsoever, because I feel I can get more positions in 5th. Vettel wasn't that far out ahead, so I want to push as Kvyat's into the pits, and we should be up to 9th, yes. We are 3.6 seconds behind Hulkenberg at the moment. So, can we get Hulkenberg in time? I think we could get him in about a couple of laps or so. So now we're going to cut later on into the lap. 2 seconds is the gap. And there's yellow flags out. There's a car stopped at the same place with Bottas pull over. Who is that? That's a wreck. It's Vettel! That is Vettel! Vettel has spun! So what on earth has happened to him? We are up into 8th position somehow. That is fantastic. So when the others pit, I should be in a positional 4th place. So what exactly happened to Vettel? He must have made contact with either, I presume, Raikkonen, his own teammate, or he could have made contact with a back marker. I don't know. So we're gonna start lap 21. There's someone else in the pit. That's Felipe and Massa. We're gonna move up into 7th place, and the gap between me and Hulkenberg is 1.7 seconds. So this is going well so far for us. But what exactly happened to Sebastian Vettel? I think we need to see a replay of that for sure. And here we go. So here's Vettel. It looks like he's trying to lap a manor. I can't tell which manor it is, but oh, he made contact. He made contact with the manor. I'm not 100% sure who that is, and we're going to look on board from Vettel to get a better view of it. So looks like the manor's trying to let him through, but it looks like the manor went on the grass and Vettel just turned in at the wrong place at the wrong time. So from the looks of it, it looked like a racing incident to me. As we ride on board from the manor's point of view, it's in fact Roberto Meri who was the guy who was trying to let him through. So he's trying to let him through, he's gone to the grass, and they both have the hand of race to each other. I'm not exactly why, I can only just see that as a racing incident, but that is unfortunate. But luckily for me, that will put me into a provisional 4th place. But now, later on into lap 21, I've tucked up behind Hulkenberg, and now I'm side by side with Hulkenberg. Am I going to get 6th position off him, side by side? And surely I've got the position, and yes I have. I'm up into 6th position. Fantastic overtake that I'm doing today in this race, and this is a fantastic comeback that we've made after a dreadful first stint that we had. Our next target is Romain Grosjean, but I feel that he's coming into the pits judging from the mini-map, and he is, yeah. That looks to be Romain Grosjean, so we should be up into 5th position, surely. Yes, we are up into 5th position. Our next target is Daniel Ricciardo, but I feel that he's also got to pit, so then we should be in a provisional 4th place as Hulkenberg also pit as well. So now we're going to cut to lap 25, and I've cut here to reason because I'm about to lap Meri, but look how close I get to touching him. So close to making contact with him. I nearly crashed it. I lose a little bit of time, but luckily not too much. I'm 7 seconds behind Ricciardo, but that should be enough to be in the provisional 4th place, as he was 7 seconds in front of us. So now we're going to cut to lap 27. I was closing on Ricciardo, but Ricciardo is now coming to the pits now, and I should be in 4th position. Yes, 4th position it is now. Across the line, we are 38 seconds behind Raikkonen, so we are definitely not going to get Raikkonen unless he has some sort of problem or something. I think we are going to settle for 4th position at the moment. 4th position in this race, I should say. So now we're going to cut to the end of the final lap. Lewis Hamilton has won the race, but we, on the other hand, are going to come around the final corner. We had enough fuel to go to the end of the race, and we are going to come through after a dreadful first stint in 4th position. Fantastic race. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Some great overtaking, and that was a fantastic first race. And here's Massa coming out the car now. He looks a little bit mixed emotion, but I would be happy about the comeback. A little bit disappointed about the first stint, of course. But here's the results. And Hamilton won the race, Rosberg 2nd, Raikkonen 3rd, Massa 4th, Ricciardo 5th, Kvyat 6th, Grosjean 7th, Sainz 8th, Verstappen 9th, and Hulkenberg completing the top 10, with Massa and Button just failing to get into the points. We failed our objective, which was to finish first. For some odd reason, I don't know why they set it to first, because at the end of the day, there was no chance we were going to beat the Mercedes. So I think they honestly need to improve on the objectives, I think, in my honest opinion. But 4th place is still a good result, a good start to the season for us. 12 points in the bag. In the Drivers' Championship, it's the same. We are 4th, with Hamilton taking the early lead at the moment. In the Constructors, we are 4th, behind Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes, of course, but ahead of Toro Rosso, Lotus, Force India, McLaren, Sauber and Manor. So that is the end of episode 1 of Championship Mode. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, I've been JWF1, and I'll see you guys in Malaysia. Cheers.